asking for 3 times as much in federal earmarks than our state got last year. What they're doing is they're hoping to fund hundreds of projects all throughout the state of Nevada, and many of them are right here in Clark County. So let's bring in our friend Rachel O'Brien from OpenTheBooks.com, joining us live to hash this out. So what kind of projects, Rachel, have you found, and why do they need so much more this time around?
Yeah, good morning. So just to refresh, these are earmarks. So they're specifically pet projects that Congress members are funding in their districts. They can ask for really anything. They were banned for a decade due to abuse, and they only returned in 2021. So Nevada is asking now for $687 million across the state. $55 million would go to Clark County for more than a dozen projects. So about $13 million to the county for the Boys and Girls Club, for fire and EMT training center, for things like replacing lighting fixtures outdoors with LED fixtures, lots of stuff. $7 million to Department of Aviation, and that's for escalators and elevators at the airport. A combined $11 million for 2 new library buildings for the county. There's much more there for the county. Looking at the cities, North Las Vegas gets the most proposed of the cities, $31 million, $20 million for Las Vegas, $12.5 million for Henderson, $1 million would go to Metro PD, $12 million to UNLV. Across the state, Nevada DOT would get $91 million for various road projects. So this is proposed. We'll see what actually comes of it.
And what you were going over, anyone who watches the news on a regular basis, it passes the smell test, if you will, especially when it comes to lights. We have a copper wire problem here as far as theft, and so we have numerous roads that are dark, so that's why they'd like to switch to LED. Makes a lot of sense. But when you were pouring through this, did you notice anything, Rachel, that doesn't pass the smell test as you were checking it out?
No, I mean, these are all sort of run-of-the-mill projects. There's nothing that looks sort of out of the ordinary. For instance, I was just talking to Nashville, and they have, not necessarily out of the ordinary, but last year they got almost $250 million for one massive project. So these projects are sort of small comparatively. If you look at last year, this proposed amount actually is almost 3.5 times as much as the state got last year. They always ask for more than they end up getting. So some of these projects may not get funded at all. You know, last year, or rather this past year, past fiscal year that just ended, Nevada got $194 million in earmarks. So this is $687 million proposed. We could probably expect to see half or a third of that. And then it's also important to remember, these are just earmarks. These entities also still get other federal funding throughout the year. So there's lots of money that's being spread around, and it's all borrowed against the $35 trillion national debt. So lots of money there. Oh, boy.
Yes. And so, yes, we're calling them earmarks. Is this essentially, when I was a kid in civics class, were these the pork projects that we used to refer to it as? So,
absolutely. Yeah. They were banned for a decade because people were abusing them, because there's not really a check. As a member of Congress, you can kind of ask for pretty much anything. And so they were being abused. Absolutely. Pork barrel spending.
And now in 2024, we refer to them as earmarks. Thank you, Rachel. Have a wonderful weekend. We always love when you open the books and show what's going on here in our state and where the money is being spent. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.